Hi guys, in this video I'll teach you how to solve the last layer of the Rubik's Cube in less than 10 seconds. This method is for those who already know how to solve the Rubik's Cube using the beginner's method, or at least for those who know how to solve the first two layers of the Rubik's Cube. And besides this, you also should know the notations of the Rubik's Cube. This method consists of 4 steps and we'll go together through each one of them. The first one is to solve the cross of the top layer, in our case yellow, by using only one algorithm. So in order to do this, for our case, I will apply the algorithm, and as you can see now we have the cross solved on the top layer. You don't care about the corners at this step, we only care about the cross. The second step is to orient all the corners of the top layer towards the center of the top layer, again in our case yellow. So for this case I will apply the algorithm, and after applying it, now as you can see we have all the yellow corners oriented towards the yellow center. The third step consists of putting all the corners of the top layer in their right position. We already have one here and another one here, and these two are swapped. So again we will apply an algorithm that puts both of these two in their right position. And after applying it, as you can see, we have all the 4 corners in their right position. And now the last step is to solve all the remaining edges. This means to put all of the remaining edges in the right position by using only one algorithm. So for this case, I will apply the algorithm. And now as you can see, the last layer and the cube are solved. There are 16 algorithms in total, and I selected the easiest and most efficient ones so you can easily learn them and start to apply them during your solves. So let's take this from the beginning. As I mentioned before, the first step is to solve the cross of the top layer, and here we have 3 cases. At this step we only care about the edges, we don't look at the corners for now, and this is the first case when we have a line. We have this edge oriented and this edge oriented towards the yellow center. This edge and this edge are not oriented. So in order to orient the remaining 2 edges, this case should be held like this, with the line like this horizontally, and we will apply the following algorithm. It is F, R, U, R prime, U prime, F prime. And now as you can see, we have solved the cross on the top layer. This is the second case. As you can see, we don't have that line anymore. Again, we have only 2 yellow edges oriented towards the yellow center, and these 2 edges are not oriented correctly. Again, we don't care about the corners, we only care about the edges, and we have to hold the case like this with this L here. And the algorithm in order to solve the cross is F, U, R, U prime, R prime, F prime. And again, as you can see, we have managed to solve the cross on the top layer. This is the last case where we don't have any yellow edges oriented towards the yellow center. It doesn't matter how you hold this, all you have to take care of is to have the yellow center on top. And the algorithm is R,
U2 prime,
R2 prime, F, R, F prime,
U2 prime,
R prime, F, R, F prime. And as you can see now, we have solved the cross on the top layer. So congratulations, you have just finished the first step. Now we'll move on to the second step. Here we have to orient all the yellow corners towards the yellow center. This is the first case when we only have one yellow corner oriented correctly, and we have one yellow corner oriented here towards us, one yellow corner here oriented towards the right side of the cube, and one yellow corner oriented here towards the back of the cube. We have to hold the case like this, and the algorithm is R, U, R prime, U, R, U2, R prime. And now as you can see, all the yellow corners of the top layer are oriented correctly towards the yellow center. This is the second case where again we only have one yellow corner oriented correctly, and as you can see we have this yellow corner oriented towards the right side of the cube. This one is here at the back and this one is here on the left. And in order to solve this case, this time we have to hold the puzzle like this, with this yellow corner oriented towards us, this one here at the left and this one here at the back. And the algorithm is L prime, U prime, L, U prime, L prime, U2, L. And again, as you can see, all the yellow corners are now oriented correctly. The next case, here we have 2 yellow corners oriented correctly. we have one yellow corner here oriented towards us and one yellow corner here oriented towards the back of the cube, we have to hold the case like this, and the algorithm is L, F, R prime, F prime, L prime, F, R, F prime. And again, we oriented all the corners of the top layer. Let's move on to the fourth case, where again we have two yellow corners oriented correctly. We have one yellow corner oriented towards us and one yellow corner oriented towards the right side of the cube. We will hold the case like this, and the algorithm is F, R prime, F prime, L, F, R, F prime, L prime. Let's move on to the fifth case, where again we have two oriented corners here and these two yellow corners oriented towards us. We have to hold the case like this, and the algorithm is R2, D, R prime, U2, R, D prime, R prime, U2, R prime. And now we have oriented all of the yellow corners of the top layer again. This is the sixth case. Here we don't have any yellow corner oriented correctly. We have two yellow corners here oriented towards us and two yellow corners here oriented towards the back of the cube. We have to hold the case like this, and the algorithm is F, R, U, R prime, U prime, and we'll do this 3 times. R, U, R prime, U prime, R, U, R prime, U prime, and then F prime. And as you can see, we have oriented all of the yellow corners of the top layer. And this is the last case of this step. Again, we don't have any yellow corner oriented correctly. We have two yellow corners oriented here towards the left side of the cube, one yellow corner oriented towards us, and one yellow corner oriented towards the back of the cube. We will hold the case like this, and the algorithm is F wide, which means we will rotate both this layer and the middle layer like this. R, U, R prime, U prime, F wide prime, which means we'll bring those two layers back, and F, R, U, R prime, U prime, F prime. And we have oriented all the yellow corners of the top layer. So now we reach out to the third step. Here at the third step we have to put all the yellow corners in their right position. Now we'll have to look at each side of the yellow layer to see if we have two matching corners. So by this I mean that, let's say we take this side. This yellow corner has blue here and this yellow corner has red here. So blue and red are not matching. Here, this yellow corner has green and this yellow corner has blue. So again, this green and this blue colors are not matching. Here at the back we have this yellow corner which has red here and this yellow corner that has green here. Red and green are not matching. But here on the left side we have this yellow corner which has orange here and this yellow corner which again has orange here. So these two corners are matching. So this would be the first case of the third step. We have to hold the matching corners here on the left and apply the following algorithm that will help us to put all the corners in the right position. So we'll keep these two on the left and apply the algorithm. R, U2, R prime, U prime, R, U2, L prime, U, R prime, U prime, and then L. Now if we take a look at each side of the top layer, we'll see that the colors are matching. So here we have orange, here we have blue, here we have red, and here we have green. This means that the corners were solved. All we have to do is to rotate the top layer until they reach in their right position. So if I do like this, all the 4 yellow corners are now in the right position. This is the second case. Now again we have to look at each side of the yellow layer to see if we have any matching colors. Here the yellow corners don't have any matching colors because here we have blue and here we have green. Here we have orange and red, they are not matching. Here we have green and blue, they are not matching. And here we have red and orange, and again they are not matching. In this case it doesn't matter how you hold the puzzle as long as the yellow color is on top, and you'll apply the following algorithm that will solve all the corners. So the algorithm is F, R, U prime, R prime, U prime, R, U, R prime, F prime, R, U, R prime, U prime, R prime, F, R, F prime. And now as you can see, all the corners now are matching on each side of the yellow layer. From here we will only do some turns until the corners are in the right position, as you can see now. So now we are done with the third step. These are the only two cases that you could encounter when solving the corners of the top layer. And now we will move on to the fourth step, where we have to put all the remaining edges in the right position. So this is the first case where we already have a solved edge here. And as you can see, these three edges needs to be solved. We will hold the solved edge here at the back. And as you can see, this edge needs to go here, this edge needs to go here, and this edge needs to go here. The algorithm to solve this case is M2 prime, U, M, U2, M prime, U, M2 prime. And as you can see, the edges were solved. This is the second case, which is actually the mirror of the previous case. Again, we have a solved edge that will hold it here at the back. And now as you can see, this edge needs to go here, this one needs to go here, and this one needs to go here. We hold this case like this, and the algorithm is M2 prime, U prime, M, U2, M prime, U prime, M2 prime. And again, we have solved all the remaining edges. Let's move on to the next case. Here, as you can see, we don't have any edge that it is solved. We need to bring this edge here and this one here, and also we need to bring this edge here and this one here. You can hold this case however you want as long as the yellow is on top, and you have to do the following algorithm. It is M2 prime, U, M2 prime, U2, M2 prime, U, M2 prime. And again, we solve all the remaining edges of the top layer. This is the last case where again we don't have any edge in its right position. We need to swap these two edges and these two edges, and you have to hold the case like this, and the algorithm is M2 prime, U, M2 prime, U, M prime, U2, M2 prime, U2, M prime, U2. And again, the cube is solved. So guys, congratulations, you reach out at the end of the video. These are all the cases and the algorithms that you have to learn in order to be able to solve the last layer of the Rubik's Cube in less than 10 seconds. So before closing this video, I will scramble the last layer of the Rubik's Cube and I will apply the method that I've shown you in this video. So I scramble the last layer of the Rubik's Cube and I will solve it by using the method that I've shown you in this video. So let's start. The first thing that we have to do is to solve the yellow cross. We have that case with a line that we have to keep it like this and apply the algorithm to solve the cross. F, R, U, R prime, U prime, F prime. And now the yellow cross is solved. Now we have to orient all the yellow corners. Here we have that case where we only have one yellow corner that is oriented correctly. We have one yellow corner oriented towards us, one here oriented towards the right side of the cube, and one here at the back. We have to hold it like this and apply the algorithm. R, U, R prime, U, R, U2, R prime. And now as you can see, we oriented all the yellow corners of the last layer. Now we reach out to the third stage where we have to put all the corners in the right position. We will take a look at each side of the yellow layer to see if we have any matching colors. Here we have blue and red, they are not matching. Here we have green and blue, they are not matching. Here we have red and green, again they are not matching. But here we have orange and orange, so these two corners are matching and we can keep them here on the left and apply the algorithm for this case, which is R, U2, R prime, U prime, R, U2, L prime, U, R prime, U prime, and an L. And now as you can see, all the colors are matching on each side of the yellow layer, and all you have to do is to put them in the right position just by rotating the top layer. 1 and 2, and now all the corners are in the right position. So now we reach out to the last step where we have to put all the edges in the right position. Is that case when we have an edge that is already in its right position, and then we will keep it here at the back. And the remaining edges, this one needs to go here, this one needs to go here, and this one needs to go here. and the algorithm for that case is M2 prime U M U2 M prime U and an M2 prime. And as you can see, I have managed to solve the last layer using the method that I've shown you in this video. Guys, thank you a lot for watching me. I really hope you enjoyed this video and found it useful. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask me in the comments section. And if you enjoyed the video, please don't hesitate to hit the like and the subscribe button. It would help me a lot. Thank you again and see you next time. Bye bye.